Jayfeather 7 Model 16XRB here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is Jayco's best-selling little hybrid, and for good reason. It just does an amazing job. This is a feature-packed little critter, and what I'm going to talk about a lot in this video are areas in which this is exceptional. There are plenty of other small little hybrid campers, and they do a lot of similar things, so I'm going to talk about the areas where Jayco has made their Jayfeathers different. Let's start with the bed ends. They use a Duratec tent material. It's not tent stuff, but we still call it that for ease and simplicity. Has a 5-year warranty. It's the best product for hybrid bed ends on the market. Jayco's vacuum laminated construction is one of the reasons this has double the industry standard warranty. That's a huge, huge deal, guys. This is not only well built, but it's got the very best guarantees on the market. Anywhere you find a Jayco, they always set the gold standard for you know, quality and whatnot. Now, there are going to be a couple optional pieces of equipment on here, like we've added a powered tongue jack, we've upgraded the AC, we put some just gorgeous looking aluminum wheels on this little guy, so that, you know what, you don't have to feel like you're really settled. This is a shiny piece. You can be really proud towing this around. Again, areas where this is unique, that warranty I talked about, the front diamond plate, a lot of smaller budget focused little campers like this will tend to cut out little corners like that. Not a Jayco. This is a narrow body camper. This is 7.5 foot wide, and what that means is that it's generally not wider than your vehicle, so it's going to be easy towing down the road. You can see around it more readily. It's a little safer in that respect. Also means it's man, just so much easier when you're changing lanes and pulling into parking spaces, you know, jackknifing it into a place. 2,930 pounds. It'll fluctuate a little off that, but generally in the nature of 2,930, with the especially with the upgraded AC, that'll add a couple pounds there. Outside shower, black tank flush systems. You've seen those on travel trailers all over the place, but not a single axle mini camper. You know, that's not where you tend to find those. You don't tend to find galvanized steel anti-blowout guard wheel wells on a single axle budget focused mini camper. Look at these wheels. God bless, those things look good. They really are. This is wired for cable and satellite. They've recently, at the time of this filming anyway, this is one of the first generations, they changed the hybrid bed latch system. It's now down here at like chest or belly level if you're a tall chubby guy like me, whereas they used to be up here really high where only really tall people with a step stool could reach them. This is just smarter. It's so much user friendly by comparison, so much more user friendly, pardon me. Now, you'll also notice that there are no poles under these beds. Everything is all internally supported. It has a cable support system. You can kind of see me grab it right there. And these beds are rated for like 1,050 pounds. You're never going to put that much weight on there. You're not going to do it. But that's the whole thing with Jayco. It is overbuilt for long-term use and longevity. You see the spare tire on the back there? I don't want you going down the road without one. Just like your health insurance, I hope you never need it. That is a, you know, a disaster scenario thing. Here's another area this is exceptional. Power awning on this little guy, and they made it as big as they could. It's not a 29-foot awning, but it's not a 29-foot camper. They put the biggest awning on it they could, and with one touch, ease, and simplicity, it just doesn't get any smoother. This trailer does not come with a TV, however, it is set up for an outside TV station here if you want it, and they go ahead and they pre-install the wall mount and the removable TV bracket. So if you do decide you want to add a TV outside, you can have it mounted on this anytime you want. You come out here, latch the TV in place, and this thing is sturdy. It's not going to fall off. If the kids bump it, if the wind blows on it, it's not going to fall. Your hookups are conveniently located. We have an outside grill pre-prep station right here, and you see the little outside grill port at the bottom, your little quick connect. So if you don't want to bring along extra propane tanks and lug along a grill, you can just kind of piggyback on to what you have here. And that's a critical thing in a small camper. Carrying capacity is hyper limited in smaller trailers because towing vehicles tend to be more restrictive. So having an all-in-one feature like that is just an incredibly useful feature. Storage under the sofa, they opened up every little bit they could. And another thing that seems unremarkable, but in this class truly is, are 4 corner stabilizer jacks instead of just rear jacks, and these are stronger scissor jacks as opposed to single leg stab jacks. So this trailer will be far more sturdy and stable on your campsite than a normal trailer would be in this class. And a double entry step versus a single, that's just nice, easy, user-friendly stuff. Not only is it good for folks that maybe have had like knee or hip problems, but kids. This is a kids camping camper. You gotta take care of... Man, am I sounding like Jerry Seinfeld all of a sudden? Dual entry steps? What is the deal? Sorry, just entertaining myself. So, let's talk about the inside. This is called the Copper Decor. Now, in your Jayfeather 7 series, interior decors change throughout the year. So right now they're using what's called copper. Later on it will change. You don't order your color scheme in a Jayfeather 7, you get your color scheme. The thing is, that's one of the reasons these things stay price effective is you're not paying for these fabrics. These are extra materials that came off of other runs from different brands at Jayco. What they do is they'll pile up a whole bunch of remnants, basically, and people put remnant carpets in their house. There's nothing wrong with that. But the point is, the guy who bought maybe the big White Hawk or the big Jayco Eagle or something like that, he bought your fabric for you, or she, pardon me, ladies. That's a thing I gotta fix. Obviously, I still am inclined to say things like that. But anyway, the point is that they always make good neutral color tones in these. But it's just not something you can hand select. Here's another exceptional quality in this camper. All of the lighting is LED, and it's just on an easy one switch. And look at they're using good quality lighting in here. Again, we have upgraded the AC to a full 13,500 BTU to give you maximum cooling power in this little thing. Because, though, like the shell is well insulated normally, but the thing is these hybrid bed ends are not. This is just like a giant hole in the wall. This little canvas tent material, it's not going to stop a lot of heat loss or cooling loss. So that's why we put the bigger AC on this thing. In this little camper, that big AC, you're going to do fine. That's the same air conditioner they put on a 35-foot double slide bunkhouse travel trailer. It will do fine in here. Your dining table can fold down into a sleeper, and this table here is freestanding. So if you want to move it around at your campsite, you want to take it outside like a picnic table and just use this like a big open lounge, which, by the way, that will make the camper look and feel bigger. It will do you just a heck of a job out there. And they're not shy about windows. Windows and lights, believe it or not, are the two most expensive components in total in an RV. If you look at a build sheet, number 1, number 2, windows, lights, windows, lights. It's always windows and lights because they have to use really good quality windows in here because this thing twists and flex going down the road. If that was cheap glass, it would shatter. Well, how often do you see an RV with a shattered window? Not real common, And Jayco's also really good about using nicer pleated nightshades in here for privacy. And just real simple window treatments. And what I like about that is that this is flexible. So if you're sitting here and you push your head back or you arch your back to, stretch or something, you're not going to bust up your window treatments. It's just smarter. Power outlets for CPAPs and phone chargers. And by the way, this is kind of like, in a sense, its own headboard down here because you can fold the dinette down into a sleeper. You see you've got almost a faux headboard there. And then this is not going to fold down into a sleeper, but if you pull those cushions off, it is big enough for a kid. Jayco's bed mats on their hybrids are 50% thicker than industry standard. They're just thicker, better, nicer. They're not cheaper, but it is sharp. You do have plugs for those little bunk fan lights. The Jayfeather 7 series does not include them. The proper Jayfeather series does. Even additional spotlights over here that we haven't even kicked on yet. Let me flip us around here. Your cabinetry, by the way, this is another area where this is exceptionally different. If you look and feel back in here, you can see how that is pocket screwed. These stiles, which is what this is screwed into that one here. It's not stapled. It's not glued. This is designed for towing, for long-term use, for ownership. That's the goal here. You're never going to have a giant kitchen space in a little camper, but they did do everything they could to minimize fixtures, to maximize storage and countertop space. They went with a little smaller stovetop, purpose designed. They went with a single basin sink because a lot of people dry camp in a small camper like this, or that means they don't have park hookups, for those who aren't aware of that phrase. You don't want a giant sink when you have a smaller water tank. You need a small sink so that you naturally conserve water. This is a very purpose designed, very intelligent designed thing here. And again, by having this thing wide open for max storage space, that is just a godsend in a little camper. Now, an area that's not really photo conducive is this little wraparound corner over here. Even additional storage on that side and all this countertop space. And by the way, more lights, power outlets up here, you know, for your coffee makers. That's a perfect little coffee maker corner, essentially. Your refrigerator is gas and electric, so once again, good for park or dry camping. You see the, well, of course, he wants to close on me. Little freezer pocket up here, perfect. Just enough for like popsicles or something like that for the kids. Keep some, I don't know, ice cream sandwiches in there. The overhead area up here is where you could put a TV if you are so inclined. They've got it all ready and wired in up there. That's just your general house entertainment system, inside, outside speakers, and just whatever little storage pocket they could. If you don't have the big AC, you'll have a wall mount AC over there, essentially. 18 gallon per hour water heater is another area where this camper is exceptional in its class. That is not an uncommon water heater. It is an uncommon water heater in this size and category of trailer. You have privacy curtains for these rear bunks, by the way. Bathroom. They did an awesome job. We've got a foot flush stool. Again, not common in a smaller class because that does cost a little more than just a centrifugal flush, which is one where you have to reach all the way here and have your face right up next to your business, right where you want your face, right? The shower is actually a shower, not a tub, and they do have surround paneling so that your shower water doesn't water damage your own walls. Now, they also put in a skylight and a vent up here instead of only putting the vent above the shower. This just is obviously brighter. I have no lights on in this bathroom because you don't need them. Oh, you get to kind of peek at me through the mirror. I dislike that. I'm just funny that way. I was one of those people who was never real secure with having my picture taken in group scenarios and things like... You know, and here's another thing. It seems inconsequential. We have an actual medicine cabinet. Not just a mirror on the wall. It sounds dumb, guys. But without that, tell me where you're going to put your blow dryers and shavers and toothpaste and toothbrush and mouthwash and all the stuff you need for the kids. If you don't have that, it's not going anywhere. You know, there's no spot for it. So that's this one in a nutshell. This is an awesome little camper. You know, you're only towing a 16-foot box down the road. When you get to your destination, you have like roughly a 23-foot camper. I think it's only like 19-foot tip to tail, including tongue and bumper. They even, oh, look at that. I didn't even notice this initially. They changed the antenna system up here. It's a no-crank antenna, so it's just easier. You don't have to worry about cranking the antenna up and down. You know, they do everything you need and nothing you don't need, and that's what I like about them. So if you're a little bit interested here, give us a call, learn more. 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping, everyone. You know, now I'm finding more stuff to talk about. We got the strut on the entry door here so the wind doesn't rip it open. You know, they actually ventilate the stovetop. You know, if you're cooking inside, if you don't have a ventilating stovetop, it's not going to exhaust heat. You're going to burn your family right out of this thing. It's just smarter little, it's solar prep. Now, that solar prep is not going to run your AC in your fridge. It's designed to be a trickle charger for like lights and fans. But again, if you're dry camping, that's what you need. It's everything you need and nothing you don't. Really like these things. They have just an amazing service record. We don't get these little campers back very much. You know, if it wasn't a really good performing trailer, meaning if it was giving people problems, it wouldn't carry this kind of sales record. I mean, we order these 10s at a time because they won't give us 11s at a time. You know, we tell them whatever, however you build it, we want it, give it to us. So again, take care, guys. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the tour here. If you have any questions, call us. I mean, we do everything everywhere. All we need is a chance. Just give us a chance, and chances are we can earn your business. I don't care where you live. Give us a chance. Thank you.